Awesome. So Danielle is here. Hi, Danielle. Hi, Lisa. It's been so long since I've seen you on. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Diane. Yes, high intense energy. I hope you got used to it. It's kind of like altitude, right? You get used to it. Um, Tony, how are you? Darlene, how are you? Danielle, how are you? I think I said hi to you before. So awesome. Well, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on the last few days. Just so you know, this is the weekly energy update. If you're new here, make sure that you are liking the Facebook page if you're on Facebook. That way, you're getting all the lives as they come up because we do one a week for your weekly energy update. I do daily updates and I have a monthly energy update. So make sure you're getting everything. The best thing to do is make sure you like the page, or if you're on YouTube, just make sure you subscribe. What's cool about YouTube, if you already like me on Facebook, but you like, I don't need to like her on Facebook and YouTube. Well, YouTube sends you an email every time I'm going live. So you can actually get notified and jump on the live and like interact. So that's what's cool about if you subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. So I talked to you guys about how like we're finally in this like amazing like manifesting period and things are like really, really moving along, moving forward. And it's like almost at too fast of a pace for a lot of people because we've lived in the past year with a lot of retrogrades, a lot of slow energy. And now like things are moving so fast, it's kind of hard to like keep up the pace. Like you almost feel like burnt out, but you have this drive in you to like keep going. And I told my clients, I told my coaching clients, I told my intuitive clients, like Lisa, if you're on here, Lisa Adams, love her. She's a lovely businesswoman who has this amazing product. If you want to follow her on Instagram, um, you know, it's kind of like, you have to, it's like inside of you, your gut is telling you, you have this time to like push out a project, push out a creative endeavor, go to the next level in your career and your love life and business. And it's kind of like you have to push through the discomfort of taking those steps to kind of like earn your seat or earn your rewards. So this is kind of like, yeah, this is high manifestation time. And like there's a lot of energy that's pushing behind you, and it's like a lot of intense fast-paced energy, but it doesn't mean that you could just like get in the lazy river, sit on the inner tube, and it's going to like carry you to your next destination. It's like I don't think I've ever done this much work. I'm actually working on the intuitive development course, and I know the people who follow this broadcast, and you guys been following the streams for a long time. We did the manifesting course. I built that. A lot of you have taken that course. That's not enrolling right now because we have a live round of that. But you guys have been asking like for the intuitive development course, like when's it coming out? When's it coming out? So like I am in the final stretch of getting it ready. It's going to be launching in March. So I want to put up there a little thing here so you guys know what you're doing. So if you want to get on the intuitive development course wait list, because as I'm editing it, like I didn't realize how much amazing content is in there. Like we're going to have a whole beginner series, levels 1, 2, and 3, a little mini course if people just want to like take a little bite-sized piece of it, like a 3-video course. Then we have the huge Kawabunga course. But make sure that you're getting on the wait list for the course, because when we do our launch, we're going to be having specials and promotions for those people that are on the wait list. So if you get on the wait list, doesn't mean you're buying the course. It just means you're getting notified when the course is open, and there's going to be a limited time. And also I'm going to be giving some amazing bonuses for our pre-launch. So you don't want to miss out on those. So to get on the course wait list, because you only have about 2 weeks before it gets started, go into the link in this description of this video and also in the YouTube video, and just put your email in there, and we'll be in touch and let you know when we are launching. It's going to be very exciting. So basically, if you are having trouble with self-trust, trusting your decisions, I know I've been an intuitive and medium for 25 years. Yes, 25 years professionally. I'm almost like retired because I've been doing it so long. That didn't mean that I didn't know when my intuition was talking to me, but that's the first step. Basically, you kind of have to know when it's talking to you. But a lot of times you realize that your intuition was very subtle and was talking to you in hindsight after like making a big decision in your life. And after years and years of going through a career or a marriage or a big decision you made about a transition or a move, you're like, well, I knew this. Why didn't I listen? Well, this course addresses that. It and I didn't even listen. I mean, I would make decisions and go against that. So basically, we got to find out what kind of gift you have because everyone thinks, oh, it's all the same. It's not the same. There are many different variations of gifts and ways that you receive information and what your talents are. So, in order to trust your gut feeling, you first need to know how it works. And we address that in the program. And we also talk about how if you don't pay attention to your body and you're just developing your intuition, you won't ever really have self trust. You won't ever really trust the wisdom of the body to really guide you, where you don't have to constantly seek out advice from other people or calling someone like me to tell what to do. Most of the time, people call me and they already know the answer, but they need me to kind of validate that. This is going to help you to finally get clarity on what your voice is saying inside, which I know is a challenge for a lot of people. Now, what is your block to your intuition? If you had to say what your like, what's your struggle? What's your challenge with listening to your intuition? What are the things that you would want to know about your intuition? I'd like to hear from you. So put it in the comments. Let me know, like, what do you think's blocking your intuition? And what day to day do you struggle with when trying to listen to yourself? So I want to hear a little bit more about that. So make sure that you go into the link in the video, get on that course wait list, and we'll send you information once it is out. And also, next video forecast goes out on the 15th of every month. So make sure you're on my email list because only my email list subscribers get the forecast on the 15th of the month. So let's see what people have to say. Bonnie is saying fear and change blocks. I don't know what that says, Bonnie. You might have to write that over again. Fear and change blocks I'm assuming you mean your intuition. Just write it again so I know what you're saying. Oh, this is good, Mary. This is good. Oh, you had something so nice to say about me. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. It's good to see you too. Your block is a wandering mind. Exactly. So if we're scattered and our mind is racing, that definitely blocks our intuition. But would you believe that actually balancing that out is our body technique? So it's actually getting back into our physical body, because most people who are highly sensitive and who are intuitive basically live up here in the mental sphere. They live in the crown area. They're constantly getting information, gathering information. We're used to being in that space, but it's also like if we're not grounded, we're not balanced in the body. And for most of my career, I didn't pay attention to the body. So like my mind was racing, except for when I was seeing clients, but for my own life, things were a mess. So yes, scattered energy, big issue. And we're going to address that too in the program. That's actually addressed right in the first Intuition 101 program is that. Let's see. Bonnie, fear and change blocks my intuition. So what do you mean by fear and change blocks your intuition? Like fearing change, or after you change, you feel like you can't really access it? Dannon, yes, fear and not getting quiet enough with myself to listen. Yeah, the scattered thoughts. And I'm going to talk about 3 tips today on how to kind of get those scattered thoughts a little bit quieter. We're going to talk about that because intuition is really linked to manifesting. And now that we're in a manifesting period and manifesting time, you have to kind of couple manifesting with grounding and balancing and those intuitive tools to really not just like take off and do okay, but we really want you to soar. We really want you to really break through those blocks. Diane, right now, my challenge is restarting my therapy addiction business in Sedona. I'm trying to follow my path, yet I keep having blocks to go forward. So are the blocks, Diane, what would you say the block is? Like that you don't know what the next step is to take, or you already know it inside, but you're having trouble pushing through fatigue or discomfort or procrastination. Kind of looking into that a little bit. Bonnie is saying fearing change causes me to ignore my intuition. Interesting. Interesting. Yes. We all know. I remember, I could even tell you this. This was at like the height of my career. Like I wanted to buy a house, and I remember going in there and feeling pressured, like it was gonna like go away soon, or it was like a good opportunity. Um, and it was like at timing is really important with manifesting too. Like timing is really, really important. And it was like the end of a retrograde, just kind of pushing out of it. And then I was getting pressure from like the real estate agents, and I was like, I just wanted something so bad. So that like immediacy of me wanting something, I didn't take the chance to listen to my body, and like I knew like something didn't feel right. And even though I do this as a career and as a job, um, I still made that decision. And every single day for 10 years, I was 10 years in that house. I hated it every day. And hate's a very strong word, but I really, really wanted to move every single day after I bought that place. And it was like, ugh. So these skills and how to really not only tune into your intuitive skills, but know how they work. That's really important. Most people don't realize there's like technicalities to it, and like knowing how it works. It's like you get an appliance, you have to read the manual. Like there's a way to put on your dishwasher, or a way to use your stove. But if nobody told you how to use the stove, like you keep getting burnt and be like, oh, why did I keep getting burnt? And like you're mad at yourself because you keep getting burnt, but no one ever taught you how to use the stove, and there's no manual. Hopefully you guys are following me. But basically with your intuition, it's the same thing. Like you feel bad for not listening to yourself, and then there's shame connected to that. But like, you don't know how it works. So there's so much technicality on the back end that you have to know what your gifts are. You have to know the ways you receive information. You have to know the abilities that you're strongest in, and you have to know how it works, right? For you to be like, oh, I'm a screw up and didn't listen to my intuition. So let's see. How do we address this, by the way, the body and the mind? It's so funny you address this issue. I was asking, yes, I need to sign up and learn. Well, here's the thing. Most people, like, and this is me included, I was probably I had a school for 10 years, right? And 12 years actually. And I was at the height of my career. Like I was doing television, major market radio, like really speaking in front of large crowds. So my intuition was just fine, but my body was always like, my mind was always racing. My body wasn't grounded. I was constantly in a state of fight or flight. I didn't know that. So like my nervous system and my brain was rewired for all that upheaval and chaos. And it just because of how I learned that, like to put pressure on myself and to overwork myself and all that kind of stuff. And so I didn't realize that my nervous system, which is the hard wiring of your brain, it's biological, really needs to gear down. Like there are many gears, and I didn't know how my nervous system works. So I knew how my intuition worked, but if you ever drove a stick shift, like you have to put it in gear. Not many people know that your nervous system goes into many different states throughout the day. And I didn't know that you can really look at that activation in those states and take the gear once you know what state your nervous system is, and gear down and go into like a place in your nervous system where you feel content and you have enough energy and you feel calm and relaxed. Believe it or not, once you know how to use those gear shifts, you will be able to move your way to a calmer life. And a lot of people are like, well, once I get this job, or once I get this relationship, or once I get this money, I could relax. But if your biology is hardwired for you not to relax, then that's going to be very difficult. And that does block your intuition. So there's going to be different segments of this course for people who want different things. But if you just want to learn those techniques for intuition, there's going to be a module for that. But if you also want to learn how to change your life and change your patterns, you do need the body and mind connection. So I'm going to be putting both in place. Usually people just, they develop their intuition, which is what I did, and I ignored the body. And so my life choices reflected that. So that's really important. Like people, just always living in anxiety, always living with the racing mind, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I answered your question. Diane, yes, I know what the next step is, yet I get fearful or confused to take that step. I feel like I am in the way and can't move out of the way, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's where, Diane, that's where the body and the nervous system come in. So your intuition is one thing, but when you get fearful or confused to take that next step, basically your gear, your nervous system is in shutdown. So that's what happens there. Yes. There's often comfort in denial. Staying in the same place is familiar. Yep. Now, Mary Rose is asking, loving you're addressing this. Isn't meditation always the answer? It's not when you're in fight or flight. People think that you can do that. It's not in fight or flight. So, excuse me. Yeah. So everything here, I wish I could answer all these questions all day. But make sure that you get on the wait list if you want to do that. So if you want to get involved with the intuitive development course, that's coming out in a couple of weeks, but I'll be taking other live calls to talk about this stuff as well. So what are 3 things you could do? You can get clear. Oh, where did my thing go? You could clear your space to help your energy. You can chill and relax, and you could get focused on what you want to manifest. So I always tell people, don't have 5 million different things, just get focused. All right, guys. Well, I have to sign off. I kind of went off on a tangent with all these different things, and I can answer these questions all day long. And so our next weekly energy forecast, if you have a question, please ask. But as a reminder, if you want to join that wait list, just go into the description of this video, and we will see you soon. And I loved our conversation today. So thanks for coming. Yes. Yep. Diane, you just go on to the link in the video description, and there's a link, and you just put your email in. All right. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. And on Friday, tomorrow night, we'll be doing the lounge with some live music as well.